Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back. I hope everyone watching is doing well. I hope you guys are all taking care of yourselves. Today's pick a card, my lovelies, is going to be a pick a card all about what changes are taking place in your love life, what new changes are taking place in your love life over the next 6 months. I am very excited to get into it. Before I show you guys the piles, this is your reminder that tarot is a divination tool. It's an intuitive practice, so take what resonates, leave what does not resonate. There's nuance to every conversation, and with that, here is a clip of the piles right now. Guys, these are the 3 piles. We got group 1 with the Angel Aura Quartz, the Aqua Angel Aura Quartz. We have group 2 with the Sun. And then we have group number 3 with the Sunstone, the blue Sunstone. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to that right now. And if you would like to pick more than one pile, you guys are always welcome to do so. All right, you guys have now picked your pile. Please go ahead and check out my description box where I've left you guys timestamps for when your reading shall start. And with that, let's go and jump into today's pick a card. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. We're going to start off with the Zodiac dice. I literally cannot find the other dice, you guys. I don't know what's going on. I am in the process of moving again, so... Also, if you guys are looking for personal readings, those are available in the description box. If they're out of stock, which they usually are, you guys are going to have to message me specifically for the mini readings and the hour readings. I will never restock those unless they are requested, just because those 2 readings, especially the hour-long reading, takes a lot of energy out of me, so I'm not going to put that upon myself unless it's requested. So let's go ahead and do a little roll. We have Sagittarius. Oh, focus, not on me. Focus on the... Here we go. There we go, Sagittarius. Cancer. I'm sorry I'm shaky, you guys. I just had like 3 shots of espresso. And Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, guys, okay? We also have Pisces here and potentially... Oh, no, we have Pisces and we have Scorpio. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries. Significant energies. All right. Why is this like... There we go. So... The first card, you guys, that came up for you is Death. What this is telling me in regards to your love life over the next 6 months is that there's significant changes taking place, okay? There's significant changes, there's significant alterations happening in your love life, okay? What are these alterations? What are these changes? I don't know. I'm gonna have to pull some more cards to understand this fully, but you can be guaranteed that there are alterations taking place in the next 6 months in your love life. For those of you who are in a relationship, the way I would read this, essentially it would be like, perhaps you're getting engaged, perhaps you're moving in with your partner, maybe you're getting pregnant, maybe you guys are getting married, maybe you guys are making the relationship official if you're in a situationship, which you shouldn't be because you deserve better, but if you are. For those of you who are single, it's very possible that you're meeting somebody who's sparking your interest. You could be engaging in a more serious relationship in the next 6 months. This is changes and alterations. Obviously, for those of you in a relationship, this could also be representing a breakup. Based on the other cards that are here, I'm not seeing that. We have the 6 of Wands. This is essentially really like positive energy, guys. This is good news. This is something to look forward to. This is a victory. It's like you won. Okay, congrats, you won. So it would be difficult for me to read death as a negative thing when most of the cards preceding it are extremely positive. So to me, that's like representing an energy of the death that's happening in your love life is extremely positive, right? So 6 of Wands, you are getting a victory. You are experiencing a victory in your love life. You're experiencing positive change. Again, the way that I would read this for those of you in a relationship, engagement, marriage, babies, for those of you or whatever, right? Like fill in the blank. I know everybody's different. People like to be like, well, that's not what I want in my relationship. I know, Betty Lou. Okay, I understand. Apply it to you and like what you want, what you would view as a success in your relationships, right, guys? Because we're all different. That's fine. We all want different things. Apply it to your own personal preferences. Not everybody wants that, and I get that. Moving forward, for those of you who are single, the way I would see this again is like getting into a relationship or meeting somebody who's really sweet and genuine, someone who's really showing up for you in your life in a manner that shows that they care, okay? We also have a leveling up. So again, you guys, this is indicating to me that there's this energy of essentially somebody in your life who is upgrading your love life, right? So again, meeting somebody who you're really excited about, feeling like they are an upgrade, getting engaged, getting married, moving in, having babies. This is an upgrade, guys, okay? Your love life is upgrading in the next 6 months. Group number 1, congrats. We also have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands indicates an energy of a choice, okay? It's essentially talking about planning for the future. And when we're planning for our future, we are making choices, right? We're making decisions. So for a lot of you, again, I see a lot of positive things happening for you in your love life, but these things are going to require you to make a choice. These things are going to require you to make a decision, okay? Again, for those of you in a relationship, the way I'm envisioning this, it's very much marriage. It's very much we're getting a house. It's very much we're getting engaged. You're planning for your future. Those of you who are single, again, I think you're meeting somebody who you're really excited about, and through this excitement or through this new blossoming relationship, you guys are making plans for the future. We also have the moon here, and the moon is essentially representing an energy about secrets being revealed, something in the dark coming to light. So the way that I read this when we're talking about changes taking place in your love life, essentially you're gaining information you don't have right now. Which is like, obviously, as we walk through our future, we are gaining more information that we don't have. So I think that this is a kind of a duh, like it makes sense that this is showing up. Again, this is reading to me as an engagement or as plans to like get married that you are just unaware of. This could also again be, because here's the thing, guys, like death does tend to be a bit difficult. So it could be that you guys are going through a breakup and then meeting somebody who you are like elevating your life with, and this person is surprising you. That's also very possible, another possible scenario. But I just feel like for the vast majority of you, this is a situation in which you are already with this person or you're meeting somebody new, and it's like a blossoming relationship, a relationship that is blossoming, okay? We have a King of Cups as well. So your guys' love life over the next 6 months, group number 1, is going to be full of emotional maturity, understanding one another, having really deep emotional conversations. That is essentially how I am seeing this. The King of Cups in general is a very emotionally intelligent king. So that would indicate that your love life is going to be extremely emotionally heightened, or you guys are going to be experiencing a really deep emotional bond with somebody. Oh, I'm sorry I keep touching my nose, you guys. I'm moving in a few weeks. I can't breathe in this apartment. I think there's like mold in the walls or something. Anyways, we have resistance here with the bull, okay? And the bull is essentially representing an energy of stubbornness. Now, when the bull is showing up in a reading, especially a love reading that's talking about change, I'm seeing this as the change that's happening in your love life is you're experiencing more consistency. You are experiencing more of a grounding energy in your love life. You're experiencing something that is more lasting, that is more profound, that is deeper than anything you've experienced previously, okay? When I see the bull, I think of Taurus energy. And when I think of Taurus energy, you guys, it is giving very much consistent, grounded, responsible, stable type of energy. All right, guys, the pomegranate, okay? So the pomegranate is symbolically representing something that is very sensual, very intimate, lusty type of energy. So yes, it's very possible within the next 6 months, you guys are experiencing upgrades in your intimate life. This does say prosperity on the card though, prosperity. So obviously, experiencing prosperity in your love life would indicate to me that you're experiencing, again, more success, more upgrades, things that are positive in your love life, right? Like that's how we can read this. It's like positivity is happening in your love life, growth's happening in your love life. So that's exciting, but specifically in an intimate manner, we have stability, and it says this relationship can stand the test of time. So I do think for a lot of you, you are entering into a relationship in which you are going to be in a situation where like this relationship's stable, or you're meeting someone who you are eventually going to be in a stable relationship with, okay? Again, some of you are getting married, some of you are getting engaged. That's what's happening, okay? And again, I was picking up on that with the bull because again, the bull is very much connected to Taurus energy. Taurus energy is very, very committed, very stable. Now, I'm not saying Tauruses are stable. I'm not saying Tauruses are committed. because I don't speak for the Taurus community as a whole, especially the men. But Taurus energy, the archetype, is very stable and consistent and loving. We have longing, and it says someone is secretly yearning for you. So for those of you who are single, it's very possible, again, that there's somebody who is already a part of your life who has not come forward fully with how it is that they feel about you. There could be somebody that you're dating. Maybe you're viewing it as more casual and they're viewing it as like, oh my gosh, like I'm in love, and they're just trying to take things slow. It could be somebody who you have no idea that they are even interested in you, and then it's like coming out and being revealed. For others of you, again, this is your partner planning your guys' proposal or planning to ask you to marry them, okay? Oh, my nose. We have the rings. This is a symbol of love, a union and soul connection. The rings. So obviously, again, you guys, I think for the majority of you who picked pile 1, which BTW, if you picked pile 1 and you normally don't pick pile 1 is the most or the least picked pile. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like pile 1 tends to be the best because it's usually the least picked. But anyways, rings, symbol of love, union, soul connection. Obviously, I think this is what the majority of you who picked this pile are experiencing the next 6 months. Oh, we have Rosaline. This is conserve, chastity, serious, and formal. So again, guys, like this makes sense that you guys are entering a more serious state in your love life. You're entering a more serious connection. You're entering a more serious phase in your love life, a more formal phase, a more serious, formal, we are committed phase, okay? I do think a lot of you are getting engaged or getting married in the next 6 months. We have protection as well. So your lover is going to be very protective of you guys, group number 1. I think that your relationship in general is going to be something that you look at as so valuable that it's worth protecting. I mean, there's nothing else for me to say when it comes to protection. Like, I just see it as, this is important to me, so I have to protect it. This is important to me, so I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that it's protected and safe. We have listening. All right. And I think that this is a major key component to showing somebody that you love them is through taking the time to listen to them, taking the time to listen and try to understand where they're coming from. When they tell you about their day, really sit and listen and sit with it and don't just be like, yeah, sweetie, blah, blah, blah. So when I see listening, I'm seeing this as you and your partner taking the time to listen to one another. This could also be talking about you guys sharing similar music taste, or similar taste when it comes to like cinema and things like that. The next card we have here is Cancer. This is feel. Cancer is very connected to the home, you guys. This is very connected to building a home, building stability, building a family, things like this. Cancer is known as the mother of the zodiac. So again, guys, like I'm just seeing this as group number 1 is experiencing a more committed relationship in the next 6 months. If you're in a relationship, you're getting married, you're getting engaged, you're having a baby, that's what's happening. Or whatever you would consider moving up in the relationship. For those of you who are single, I really do think that you are meeting someone who's like, nah, like you're my person. I want to be with you forever, ever. We also have Virgo. This could be a relationship between a Virgo and a Cancer. This is me and my lover. I'm the Cancer and he is the Virgo. Love that the most. Anyways, and my best friend. Cancer, Virgo, love it. Anyways, yes, this could be a relationship between a Cancer and a Virgo, but this is also representing energy that is very stabilized. Why? Because Cancer is a water sign, Virgo is an earth sign. Water and earth go together. They mix really well together. So two people who are extremely compatible, who play off of each other's strengths. I also see this like I analyze. Virgo is a very organized sign, especially when they care about something. So the way that I'm seeing this, you guys, is again, the planning factor in this relationship. You guys are planning for your future. You guys are planning for something beyond just the present moments in the relationship, okay? Oh my gosh, I remember this when I was shuffling. I'm so angry at myself for not doing the shuffle live, because I just feel like you guys would have been like, oh my gosh, we have a king, we have a queen, and then in the middle, the card that came out in the middle was the warrior, okay? So obviously, if I'm just looking at these through the names and the depictions, I would see this as, again, two people who are extremely committed to each other, getting married, joining together in some type of official ceremony to officialize their relationship. And also being a really strong couple, right? A warrior, somebody who is very strong, a warrior, somebody who is resilient and capable of overcoming obstacles. So with the king, we have enlightening, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge, okay? So I don't know if you're interested in men or women. The masculine energied person in the relationship may have this type of energy, okay? Again, whether it's you or the other person. We have the warrior. This has strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, and self-sacrifice, and conquering the ego. Again, I'm just seeing this as this relationship being a really strong one, okay? This relationship being one that is capable of overcoming difficulties. And then we have our queen, and this says radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So those are all the cards we have today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the bowl to see if we can get anything else that's happening for you in the next 6 months. Group 1, I'm sorry there's so many cuts in this reading. I keep having to blow my nose. I'm literally like, so sad. I cannot wait to not be in this environment so I can breathe again. Okay, can I get a message for group number 1 in regards to what's coming up for them in their love life in the next 6 months? The next 6 months. Okay. Some of you guys are planning a trip to Italy. Okay, now I'm not saying that you are going to be getting in a relationship with somebody from Italy, but I am saying that you guys may be planning a trip to Italy, and this may coincide with the timeline of which you are meeting your next person, okay? We have look at the long term, which 100%, like the person that's coming into your life, group 1, they're serious about you. They're like, baby, no, like we are together for the long haul. We have calling and texting. This person is going to be extremely communicative with you. So if you guys, is communicative a word? If you guys are dealing with somebody who's not texting you back, who's not calling you, who's not putting in effort, that's not the person we're talking about. The person that you guys are about to get into a relationship with, or the person that you are with, is somebody who's communicating with you, somebody who wants to communicate. We have age 27. Some of you watching this are 27. Your partner may also be 27. We have mixed color hair. This could be highlights. This could be dyeing your hair. We have Sagittarius. This would indicate travel of some sort, expansion, luck, potential husband. Seattle, my old city. I miss it so much. Enchanting. I do feel like for some of you, your engagement is going to be rather enchanting. It's going to feel a bit magical. We have early 30s. Okay, good thing. For those of you who are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe 23, look, this does not mean that you're getting married right now, okay? You are young. Obviously, that's a possibility, but I would say it's a lot less likely if you are 18 to like 23, okay? Again, I know it happens. It is possible. You know where you're at in your relationship. However, I would see this more so if you are on the younger side. I would see this more as like you meeting somebody who you really like and this relationship being serious. Obviously, eventually it can get to the place in which you're getting engaged and getting married. But I wouldn't say that for like an 18-year-old. I would say like maybe you're meeting someone who you're going to have a long-term relationship with. And again, potential for marriage in the future, but not in the next 6 months. We have India as well. Hello to all my watchers in India. Reading it backwards, I was like, that doesn't, like, why? Anyways. We've got Asia. Okay, all the countries coming out to play. I know India is a part of Asia. We've got handsome. We have kissable. We've got, sorry about the mic. We've got confidence. We have handsome again, but it's like cut off. So I'm going to throw this out. See? Boop. We have every rose, the good and the bad. Don't expect the next 6 months to be all roses and no thorns. We have 37. Again, for those of you who are on the younger side, this is not appropriate. This is not an appropriate age to be dating. We've got big hands. We have 2025. Oh no, my little bing. We've got... Oh, we have a creative person here. Hello to the creatives. Your partner may also be a creative. I feel like artists oftentimes date other artists. We have hardworking. Let me just put this on silent real quick. Boop. We have Toronto. Hello to all my Canadian neighbors. Love you the most. Strong legs. Maybe some of you guys are meeting this person in the gym. For those of you who are single, we have a prepping period. Some of you guys are prepping for your wedding in the next 6 months, or again, your partner's prepping for the engagement. For those of you who are single, this is a beautiful time to start creating the life that you want for yourself, because when you meet somebody, the way that I see it, you guys, it's very much important that you are the person you want to be prior to meeting someone. So then when they meet you, you're living a life that you already like. You're living a life that you already are happy with. And this person is only adding to that, right? We have out of the blue. We have a bushy brows. We have large eyes. Okay, Disney princess. We have intense. This may be an intense type of love for a lot of you who picked this pile. And then we have yes, which is like, I feel like this is like an I do. This is like a yes to the ring. Yes. Woo. Okay, group one. So overall, you guys are getting engaged. You guys are getting into serious relationships. This is going to be a dynamic between a queen and a king, okay? Or a queen and a queen, a king and a king. You know, I don't care. Regardless, this is a very beautiful relationship. I do feel like it's a very strong relationship, a relationship that has a lot of potential for longevity, a lot of potential for marriage, a lot of potential for growing together, okay? So that's what I have for you guys, group one. I'm so happy for you. I'm sending you guys so much love. If you are looking for a personal reading, guys, description box is where they are. And that is all I have for you today. So hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye. Hello, group two. Welcome to your guys' reading. If you guys are looking for a personal reading, I have personal readings available in my description box. If they're out of stock, you guys can message me on Etsy and I will set you up with something in the future. Okay, sure. We have Aries here. Let's go ahead and roll the dice before we get started. Pisces. All right, hello, Pisces. Is this focused? Here. Okay, Pisces. Cancer. Cancer. One more. Pisces. Okay, well, Pisces, Cancer, and Aries, hello. We have starting us off, we have the King of Wands. All right, so what is the King of Wands? How is this representing change in our love life? What is happening? The way I'm seeing this is, for those of you who are single, it's very possible that you are experiencing more attention, like you are receiving more attention from the humans in which you are attracted to. It could be that you're feeling more confident, you're feeling more attractive, you're feeling more magnetic. This is overall, you guys, bringing in attention, okay? The King of Wands is a king who brings in a lot of attention to his self, okay? So, King of Wands energy. Ooh. We also have the Magician, all right? And the Magician is representing an energy of manifestation. So some of you guys have been trying to manifest more love in your life. Some of you guys have been trying to manifest a more significant partner in your life. Some of you guys are trying to manifest a soulmate, a husband, a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or whatever. This is just representing your manifestations coming through. The way I also see this, you guys, is like working with what you have, not victimizing yourself, right? The Magician is very good at working with limited equipment, working with limited resources, right? He is a magician because he can turn nothing into something. He can turn limited amount of tools into magic. So You are using what you have at your disposal. You're working with what you got to bring about change in your love life. So for some of you, again, that's going to be going on online dating sites, right? You have a phone, I'm assuming because you're watching this. You have internet connection at the very least if you're watching this. So therefore, you have the ability to go onto a dating site if you are over the age of 18. So maybe that is how you are taking the tools in front of you and manifesting this person into your life. Maybe some of you, right? Like you have the ability to go outside. You have the ability to go to bars or to go to certain social events to meet new people. Like you have the ability to bring this person in, and it's taking the tools, taking what it is that you do have and using this to your advantage, using this to create the reality that you want. Some of you who are in a relationship, I do see this as like, again, perhaps you're feeling more confident. Maybe you're even making physical changes to your body, okay, to feel more attractive. And your partner may be noticing that and being more affectionate. For some of you, it's like you're dyeing your hair blonde or you're going darker or you're doing this or you're doing that. And your partner is getting really excited about that. We have the 5 of Wands as well. So for those of you who are single, this is talking about competition and passion, okay? So I do read this as dating sites. I do read this as dating multiple people. Obviously, you do not have to go on a dating site to meet multiple people, but for a lot of you watching this, that is going to be the case. Especially if you're like living in a big city. I feel like oftentimes like people in more urban cities do tend to meet people on dating sites. I think there's also a stigma around dating apps. And I think if we're all being honest, like meeting somebody out in the wild is essentially the same thing as meeting somebody on a site. Like at the end of the day, you don't really know somebody until you really know them. Like you just don't. So if you meet them at a coffee shop or if you meet them on Tinder, be careful. Protect yourself, baby, okay? Because people are weird. But with this, again, if you're in a relationship, I would see this as more passion taking place in your relationship, being more excited, experiencing something hot, steamy, spicy. If you were single, again, I do see this as dating apps because there's competition that comes with the 5 of Wands. There's also passion that comes with the 5 of Wands, and all of that good stuff. We also have the 9 of Wands showing up. The 9 of Wands, you guys, is representing an energy of fighting for what you want, feeling like the world is against you and you have to fight for your spot. Again, I would read this as being on a dating site or engaging in something like that where it's like I feel competitive or I feel like I have to fight for my spot. We have the Emperor. This is leadership. This is taking initiative. This is going after what you want. This is being in control. This is independence as well. If I'm being just super transparent, guys, all of the cards that came out besides the Emperor and besides the Magician are wand cards. So that's indicating to me that there's a lot of passion taking place in your love life. This could be intimacy on a physical level. This could be intimacy on an emotional level, but there's a lot of passion taking place for group number 2 in your love life, okay? Also, again, perhaps feeling more confident in yourself, right? The Emperor and the King of Wands are 2 very confident archetypes. They're very confident. They're very sure of themselves. They know they're attractive. They know that they are valuable, and they are not afraid of getting attention. They're not afraid of putting themselves out there because they know their value. And the Magician gets what he wants because he's the gosh dang magician. So again, I just see this as you guys being more confident, understanding your value, and putting yourself in positions that lead you to favorable outcomes. The last card that came up for you guys is the 2 of Cups. Again, so to me, this is the only thing indicating that there is romance coming into your life. For some of you, I would see this as something that's more committed, but for others of you, it literally could just be you're going out, you're having fun, you're dating, people are finding you attractive, and you are having intimacy. This though does represent wanting to mix your life with somebody because the overwhelming majority of the cards that came out are wand cards. It does make me feel like there's more potential for this to be casual or for this to be something that is lighthearted. For those of you who are in a relationship that is serious, I would see all the wand card energy coming up to represent an increase of passion, an increase of desire in your relationship. All right, we have the Cloud, and this is Revelation. The Cloud. So for some of you, you could be feeling disappointed with your love life, right? Because you're just like, when is my person coming? Oh, the next card we have is the sun. So the cloud and the sun, right? When the sun comes out, the clouds roll away. So it's very possible that you guys currently are sad with the state of your dating life in the present moment. It's very possible that you guys are not satisfied, that you're unhappy, that you're like, meh, this is caca, not what I want. That's very possible, okay, guys? With the sun coming out, it makes me feel like the clouds are rolling away. Perhaps your string of bad luck with dating is ending, and you're enjoying yourself more with your dating life, or you're having more fun with your dating life. Again, for those of you in a relationship, this could be representing hard times rolling away, okay? For those of you who are in a relationship and you've been dealing with hard times in the relationship, I would see this as things improving vastly. We also have the truth, okay? So again, guys, like I'm not necessarily reading this as commitment for those of you who are single, but I am recognizing this as somebody who's coming into your life who you, again, perhaps are having a lot of fun with, and you both are being honest with each other. So when somebody tells you, group number 2, when they say, I'm not ready for a relationship, or I don't want a relationship with you, or I'm not this, and that, believe them, all right? Because they're being honest with you. I always find it peculiar when people go like, well, he said he doesn't want a relationship, but like he's doing all these relationship things. Yeah, he doesn't want a relationship just because I promise, if he wanted a relationship, he wouldn't be like, I don't want a relationship with you. He wouldn't do that, promise. I can't speak for the LGBTQ community because I don't know if he means that or not. But for the straights, he means it, okay? The truth coming out, you guys, this is just being honest in your love life. Honesty taking place. For those of you in a relationship, obviously, I would hope that you and your partner are being honest with one another. We've also got playfulness. So see, this is giving me more like lighthearted energy in your love life group too. Having fun, going on dates. For those of you where you're wanting a relationship or you're wanting something more serious, I would caution you in regards to intimacy too soon. Just in my own personal experience, I do feel like withholding physical intimacy until you know the person cares about you and loves you, I think it just is better, right? I feel like if you are giving yourself away when you're wanting a relationship, I do feel like that tends to cause a little bit of strain in the relationship. I don't know why. And again, if you are just looking for fun and playfulness and intimacy on a lighthearted level, go get it, have fun, enjoy yourself. But if you're wanting a relationship, I do think that, protecting yourself and protecting your body and waiting for somebody who shows you that they love you, waiting for somebody who shows you that they like want to be with you and who's like putting in that effort, putting in that time, I think is important. And I think that people underestimate the value of making people wait. But we've got playfulness. So for you, group 2, I do feel like there is a lot of playful energy taking place in your love life, a lot more fun. For those of you in a relationship, it could be that you and your partner are going on a little mini vacation. Maybe you guys are incorporating more fun into your intimate life or just in your life in general. We've got shadow self. Okay. So when shadow self comes into a reading, what this is telling me is that there is a need to recognize the faults within ourselves, right? Nobody's perfect. I'm flawed. You're flawed. We're all flawed because we're human, right? And I think that this is a very attractive quality when somebody has the ability to recognize that they are not perfect. I think that that's beautiful. I think that's amazing. I think you have to do that. Or else you're just kind of like an ugly person. Like in general, you're just kind of gross. If you can't recognize that you have flaws about yourself, that's crazy. So with this shadow self, I do feel like there may be certain things that you are experiencing over the next 6 months that's causing you to look in the mirror and causing you to evaluate yourself and where you are at. Again, if you're in a relationship, I think this is very positive. If you're single, I think this is very positive. Self-awareness is always attractive. Like period, point blank, being self-aware is attractive. And it's important as well when you're in a relationship or when you are wanting to pursue a relationship, or even if you're just wanting to have fun. If you're just wanting to have fun and like go on dates and get to know people, I think it's still important for you to understand yourself, the good and the bad. We have acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, so maybe you guys are coming into more acceptance for those of you who are single in regards to the state of your love life. Maybe you're no longer trying to force connections that just aren't there. I also think that is something that people have a tendency to do, is try to force a connection when it's just not there. Somebody who's interested in you is going to show you that they're interested in you. You're gonna know if somebody likes you guys, okay? I feel like it's a very rare occurrence, and I know I'm speaking in general. Again, there's nuance to every conversation, but I do feel like there's a tendency for people, if you like someone, you're gonna be like, hey, I really like you. I really like you, and I would really like to keep liking you and getting to know you more and pursuing this. Versus if somebody's not that interested, or they don't care that much, or they're indifferent, they're gonna be like, you're okay, but like, I'm not tripping. It's not the deepest. I can take it or leave it, right? And you don't want somebody who's lukewarm about you guys. We have take a leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. Oh, okay. So some of you guys may be taking a leap of faith in your love life, taking a risk, putting yourself out there, expressing your feelings towards somebody who you have had a crush on for a while, or somebody that you've been admiring for a while. I always think that this is a positive thing, just because why would you want to live a life where it's like you're feeling something and then you never voice it and then you never really know, right? It doesn't matter if someone tells you like, oh, this isn't going to work out, or oh, this person like is never going to like you. You never know until you try. You never know until you try. All right, guys. So some of you are putting yourself in a very vulnerable position, and you're expressing your feelings towards somebody in a manner that is a bit scary. For others of you in your relationship, this could be having really difficult conversations or getting something off your chest that you may be afraid to do, or you may be afraid to get it off your chest. This could be something as simple as like asking your boyfriend to unfollow someone on Instagram. This could be as big as like confessing a wrong that you have done, perhaps infidelity even. But taking a leap of faith, I do feel, is something that is showing up very importantly in your guys' relationship in the next 6 months or within your single life. We have a confession of love, and this is say I love you. Again, take a leap of faith. Some of you are confessing your feelings towards somebody who you've had feelings for a while. This is important to do, guys, whether they accept it or not, whether they're into it or not. It's important for you to do this for yourself so that you can have a sense of relief, so that you can feel free, so that you can feel like, oh, okay. And for others of you, again, for those of you who are single and you're like, I'm single, I'm not interested in anybody, I would see this potentially as somebody making a confession of love to you, or you confessing your love for somebody else in the next 6 months. For those of you in a relationship, I don't see this as a confession. I think it's really weird to be in a full relationship, unless you're super young. But I think it's weird to be in a full relationship and not tell each other that you love each other. Like, I don't know. I've never been in a relationship like that, so I can't fathom like what the reasoning for that would be. But if you're in a relationship and you guys have not said you love each other yet, perhaps that is something that's taking place. You guys let me know down in the comment section. I'm not judging. I just literally cannot fathom being in a relationship with somebody and not telling them that I love them. Like, to get into a relationship with me, you have to tell me you love me. Because like, if you don't love me, why I don't want to be with you. Like, what? If you still are figuring it out, like, dismiss yourself. We have crossing the barrier. This is overcoming obstacles. So I think this is especially true for those of you watching who are single. You are overcoming obstacles in your love life. And I think these obstacles for some of you is like social anxiety, getting nervous about going on dates again. Some of you have been in relationships for a long time and you're newly single, and dating again seems scary, and you are overcoming that obstacle. For others of you, again, this obstacle may be that you are diving in too quickly with people, okay? And again, I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. I fully mean it when I say I support people doing what they want to do. If something makes you happy, like, why would you not do that? However, again, I do think if you are consistently in a pattern in your love life and you're unhappy with that pattern, you have to do something to change that pattern, or else it's just not going to change. The outcome's not going to change, right? Again, so for example, if you're wanting a committed long-term relationship, but you are diving too fast or diving too deep too fast, or you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position too fast, that could cause heartbreak. That could cause disappointment. So maybe you are figuring out how to cross that barrier, how to overcome that obstacle, changing the pattern that you've been in. For those of you in a relationship, again, there could have been difficulties or an argument or something that we are withholding from our partner that is coming out, okay? Transformation with the Pluto. So there's transformation taking place in your guys' love life in the next 6 months. Group number 2. We also have Mars. This is fighting. Okay, so again, fighting, competition, passion, adult energy, lust, you guys, okay? That is something that seems really significant for this group. Whether you're in a relationship or single, I definitely do feel like there's going to be a lot of passion taking place in your love life. Now, passion does not always have to be a situation where you're being intimate and putting yourself in a vulnerable position, right? Passion could be like we shared a passionate kiss. We spent all night talking, dancing under the moonlight, and then we kissed each other passionate. Like, it doesn't need to be, you know, we're in our birthday suits rubbing. Ew, that sounded so gross. That looked so gross in my head. Anyways, Mars energy, war, fighting, passion, okay? Again, I think that we're overcoming some type of obstacle. For those of you who are single, again, I would see the war or like the fighting energy as being on a dating app or feeling like you have to like fight to get somebody's attention. If you feel like you have to fight to get somebody's attention, you guys, again, I would reconsider that person as an option, just because you're not going to have to. If somebody cares about you, if somebody wants you, you're not going to have to, you know, jump over the moon to impress them. All right. We're in our hot girl era. Okay, you know what? I love this for you guys. Again, if you guys are just trying to like have fun and be little sleuths and get frisky in your life, I love this for you. We have Femme Fatale, highlights your erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. All right. Femme Fatale, dangerous woman, the dangerous woman, whether you're in a relationship or if you are single. I love this energy. I adore this energy. I think every woman at some point in her life should tap into this energy. And again, that doesn't mean you have to be putting yourself in vulnerable positions in an intimate manner, but it also could, right? So I feel like for this group specifically, you guys are tapping into this over the next 6 months. You guys are tapping into your villain era. You guys are tapping into your more sensual energy. And again, I have to make it super clear, sensuality, presenting as this femme fatale or feeling this more like dark feminine energy, it does not necessarily mean you have to put yourself in a vulnerable position that makes you feel uncomfortable or that makes you feel like you're compromising yourself, okay? And again, I do think intimacy is healthy. So if you are wanting to be intimate, that is also okay. I just don't want people to think that that's something that you have to do, because I also think there's power in, you know, withholding. So Femme Fatale, love that for you guys. Next 6 months, we have the Shapeshifter. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, the ability to see the potential in everything. The ability to see the potential in everything. Okay, you guys are going through a lot of change and a lot of transformation over the next 6 months, whether you're in a relationship or single. You guys are undergoing transformations physically, mentally, emotionally. Okay, group number 2. This could even be with your job. I feel like you guys are stepping into more power. We have the Mystic as well, and it says reveals an intimate union with the divine. All right, so this could be a relationship between somebody who is more like this femme fatale and somebody who is more religious, somebody who is more perhaps spiritual. This could also just be energy that you guys are exhibiting over the next 6 months, right? The energy of the Mystic, the Shapeshifter, and the femme fatale. Seems all to me like very powerful energy, very powerful, very independent energy. So overall, what do I see for the next 6 months for group 2? I see a lot of passion for sure, whether again, and I have to just keep saying this because there's a group of you who are very much like, I want to have fun and I want to like experience pleasure. And then there's others of you who are looking for a serious relationship, and giving yourself away in that manner is not going to be productive, but you still want to tap into your more like femme fatale, dark feminine energy or dark masculine energy. And I'm seeing this as like passion oozing from everybody who picked group number 2, tapping into that energy. I also think there's going to be a lot of changes going on again, physically, internally, mentally. With the people who picked this pile, I think there's going to be more playfulness in your love life. At the same time, I think that there's going to be like working through issues, working through obstacles, whether it is patterns that we are exhibiting in our love life or whether it is within the structure of our relationships, okay? Some of you guys are definitely taking a leap of faith or taking some type of risk when it comes to love. So make sure that that risk is a calculated risk and that you are weighing out the pros and the cons. For a lot of you, again, whether you're in a relationship or whether you are single, I do see you being more independent or taking back some more of your own personal power. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start to shuffle the little, can I get a message for group number 2? Group 2. Okay. We have love yourself, which again, I think this is something that everybody in group number 2 is doing. Over the next 6 months, you're pouring more energy into yourself. We have broad shoulders. We have C. We have teacher. Deja vu. Again, breaking patterns for some of you, especially those of you who are single, who are unhappy in your love life. We have friends. Perhaps you guys are widening your friend group, widening your social circles. We have love you more. I'm seeing this as you guys loving yourselves more. Like, I choose me. I gotta choose me, Lucius. We have strong chin. Okay. Maybe some of you guys are enhancing your chin. I was going to say something else, and then I was like, let me word it differently. That's why I went, not because I'm judging. We have travel near. Maybe some of you guys are going to be engaging in a local travel or a domestic travel. We have gratitude as well. We have a check-in. It's going to be like checking into a hotel, perhaps. Rosy cheeks. Scruff. Maybe some of you guys are dating somebody who's a little scruffy. Maybe your partner's a little scruffy. We have a new start happening. We've got 25. We have a smaller frame. We have big feet. Ooh. 6'2". Okay. We have soft hands. We've got music. Music. Maybe some of you watching this are musicians, or the person that you are going to be dating is a musician. We have take action, which there is so much Mars energy here, you guys, and there's so much wand energy here. So I do think taking action is going to be extremely beneficial, specifically for this group. We have jawline. We have an athlete. Maybe some of you guys are engaging in a new sport or physical activity. This could be playing a role in you meeting somebody special. We've got slim. We've got straight. Let me see if I can get one or two more. Wise. 33. Keep this age appropriate, guys. Prince Charming. Prince Charming. J. Hard shell. 28 years of age. Again, keep this age appropriate. All right. So again, just to go over this one more time, there's a lot of playfulness, a lot of passion, potentially a lot of lustful energy taking place in your love life. I do feel like you guys are overcoming obstacles in your relationships that you already have, your romantic relationships with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever. You guys are overcoming obstacles. For those of you who are single, I do feel like you are facing certain patterns within your own love life that need to change in order to bring different results. I think all of you are tapping into this darker, more sensual energy, whether you're acting on that in a physical way or whether you're just exuding that energy. I also think you guys are becoming more independent and being willing to take more risks when it comes to your love life. You guys, I almost forgot. I did not even see that. The fact that we have lust showing up, and that's the last one, and I didn't see it. And the fact that it was on the King of Wands, I love it. But yeah, guys, that is ultimately what I have for you guys. Group number 2. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you. I'm sending you guys an abundance of love. That's all I got. So Bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you guys are looking for a personal reading, I do have personal readings available in my description box. If they're out of stock, you guys, you can message me on Etsy and I'll set you up with something in the future. It may take me a while to get back to you, but I will be getting back to you. Okay. We're gonna start with the dice. Capricorn. Hello, my beautiful babes. You were actually here twice because the devil is also here. And in tarot, the devil is connected to Capricorn. We have Taurus. Hello, Taurus. Gemini as well. I'm going to spin it one more time. Libra. We also have Virgo in the cards because we have the Hermit here. So, starting off. All right, guys. We had to cover our girl up because we don't want to upset the algorithm. But the devil's here. The devil's here, okay? What is the devil representing? This is representing toxicity. Now, the devil's not always toxic. I want to make this super clear. Sometimes the devil's just representing intensity. Sometimes the devil's just representing lust. Sometimes it's representing a really, really intense, like, binding attachment. But regardless, this is telling me, and here's the thing. All right, I'm going to just say this. I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing, guys, because of the cards that follow it. Now, what the devil's representing, again, it's toxicity, it's feeling extremely attached, it's lust, it's attachment, it's things like this. It's also self-sabotaging behavior. So some of you watching this have a tendency to self-sabotage when it comes to your romantic partnerships or your relationships. You have a tendency to self-sabotage. This could be due to your attachment style. This could be due to your upbringing, to your this, to your that, but this is self-sabotage, okay? Okay. Now, this is also representing an energy of a need to break free from something that's toxic or somebody that's toxic. So if you do have a tendency to self-sabotage in your personal relationships, you guys, in your personal relationships, in your romantic relationships, I'm going to highly suggest for you guys to look into how it is that you can break those patterns or remove yourself from that situation entirely. Because I do believe that there's hurt. I do believe that there's hurt and there's pain that comes with being attached to this devil. Again, whether it's self-sabotaging behavior, whether you're in a relationship that you know is toxic, a situation that you know is toxic, or whether you are literally just isolating yourself and not allowing yourself to experience love and life to the fullest because of anxiety or because of past situations. I think it's also extremely important, right, for those of us who are holding ourselves back from finding love or not putting ourselves in positions to find love. I also think it's important to take responsibility for that so then you can make changes, right? I feel like if we don't recognize the role that we play in our lives, then we don't have any power, right? If everything is everybody else's fault, then you're literally saying I have no power, and that sucks. So by taking control and by taking responsibility for the role that you play in your love life, you then have the ability to take action. You then have the ability to make changes, okay? So with the devil here, this is telling me there's a cycle, there's a toxic cycle, or there's a cycle that's not necessarily benefiting you in this moment that needs to change. I also feel like there may be heartbreak happening for some of you. The way I would read this is potentially, again, breaking up with somebody who is toxic, breaking up with somebody who is not good for you, somebody who you're highly attached to, someone who may not be giving you what it is that you want or deserve, okay? So there's also a decision that needs to be made. Now, I'm seeing this as like going back and forth in our mind in regards to what we want to do moving forward. Again, whether that is breaking up with somebody, ending a situationship. Can I just say this, guys? For those of you who are engaging with somebody who's not willing to commit to you for this reason or that reason, I totally understand how we can rationalize in our mind why that may be acceptable, but it's never acceptable. It's never acceptable for you to be engaging in a situation where you really want to be with somebody and you're like, I care about this person and I want to be in a relationship with you. And they're like, yeah, but I'm not ready for a relationship. If they're not ready for a relationship, guys, they're not ready for a relationship with you. Because when you love somebody, when you really, really love somebody, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. I don't care what anybody says. It does not matter. If somebody loves you, you will find a way to make it work, okay? You will work around it. I promise you this is the case. I don't want to hear they're busy. I don't want to hear they're going to university. They're doing this, they're doing that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I literally don't. If somebody loves you, they will find a way to make it work, okay? Period, point blank. Now, obviously, if you're dating somebody and it's early on and they're not in love with you, it makes sense that they're like, I'm not going to put my energy and effort into somebody when I don't have the time for it. That makes sense. However, if they don't see your value, if they don't see that you're worth putting that time in, then like, why do you want to be with that person? So I feel like we're sitting on the fence, you guys, with a situation that's really just black and white, all right? And it comes down to putting an end to the toxic cycle. It comes down to valuing yourself. It comes down to choosing your happiness over trying to make somebody else's life convenient, okay? So I always say this, and I know like perhaps for certain people, this may sound toxic if you don't understand what I'm saying, but you don't want to be with somebody because it's convenient. Like, I like being the most inconvenient option. If somebody is choosing to be with me, I promise you guys, I have made it so that it's inconvenient. I have made it so it's not easy. I have made it so it's like, you need to show me that you really want to be with me, because like, other than that, like, I don't want you. Like, I'm not interested in somebody who's like, oh, you live across the street from me and there's like, I can just be with you whenever. We don't have to have a title on it. Like, we don't need this or that. Like, no, like, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I'm so sorry. You get out of my face. We have the Hermit. I do feel like you guys are ending a toxic cycle and choosing to spend more time alone in the next 6 months. I feel like you guys are going to be in your winter. Some of you guys have been in your winter. Now, I want to say this. If you have been in your winter for a long time, now is the time to really bunker down and figure out how you want to pursue love moving forward. Because again, if we put all the blame on other people and we say, no, it's society's fault because of this, it's men's fault because of this, it's women's fault because of that, you're taking away all of your power, okay? You are putting yourself in a position where you're saying, it's not my fault. It's not my fault at all, and I have no control over it. So it just is what it is. And then guess what? You're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna be by yourself and you're gonna stay in this hermit mode. And I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm laughing because I think it's like, you can see how to clear this issue, and it's just a matter of taking steps to do it. And I understand, guys, like, dating in 2023 is not easy. I get it, but it's possible. It's doable. And I understand it's not easy. But if you take away your power and you say, like, I can't do this because of this, this, and that, like, there's nothing that can be done then. Like, you're just going to be in the situation that you're in. So, essentially, so far, cutting off toxic cycles, okay? I don't think this is going to be an easy choice. I think it's going to be sad. I think you guys are going through a heartbreak in some way, shape, or form, whether that is recognizing that you play a role in your circumstances, or whether that is you choosing to leave somebody behind who you really don't want to leave behind. You are spending a significant period alone in the next 6 months, okay, guys? But for those of you who can get through this, for those of you who can, because not all of you will choose to, you're emerging from this hermit mode as this beautiful, magnetic, attractive, desirable Queen of Wands. Okay, you are doing the hard work, you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort, and you are showing up as this freaking Queen of Wands. And you're choosing to be like, you know what? So sorry, girly pop, but like, I'm choosing me. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing my happiness. I'm going to go out there and make life happen for me. So within the next 6 months, you guys are going to be this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands gets what she wants because she's beautiful, because she's attractive, because she's magnetic, because she's charming. She's a social butterfly, you guys, okay? And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm not that pretty in the comment section, because guess what? You're gorgeous. Your attractiveness, you guys, largely depends on your confidence and your personality, okay? I know people will be like, oh, okay, I understand that there is a societal norm for like beauty standards. I get that. But if we're all being super honest, there is somebody for everybody. There is different levels of attractiveness between men and women, and there's literally somebody for everybody. Make sure that you are happy with you on the inside. Make sure that you feel good, that you feel like the best version of yourself, that you feel satisfied with the way that you look in the mirror, that you feel satisfied with your mind and your emotional state and what you're doing with your career, what you're doing with your hobbies, with your friend circle, like with your friend circle, with your group of friends. Make sure that you're happy with you prior to bringing somebody else new into your life, because I feel like that's the key to you guys getting what you want in regards to your love life in the next 6 months. We have wish fulfillment. As you guys can see here, there's this beautiful little woman sitting on a tree branch blowing on a dandelion, okay? She's making a wish. She's experiencing her happiness. She's experiencing her satisfaction. The reason why she's doing this is because she made a hard decision. The reason why she's doing this is because she forced herself to do something that didn't feel good in the moment, but ultimately led her to a place where she could be happier, where she could have her wish, where she could be more magnetic, where she could meet people who are ultimately bringing her happiness. We have the lizard here, you guys, and this is renewal. Okay, so group number 3, you guys are going through a metamorphosis in the next 6 months. You guys are going through a massive change. For the majority of you, this is going to be an internal change. For some of you, it could both be internal and external, but for the majority of you, this is an internal change. You do not recognize how valuable you are. You do not recognize the fact that you are selling yourself short when you are engaging in situationships, or when you're staying in relationships that are toxic, or staying in relationships that don't make you happy. If you're in a happy, healthy relationship, baby, please pick another pile, because this is not your pile. I promise you, there are piles that have been positive today, that have been like, woo. And it's not that this is negative, but this is for people who are in unhealthy relationships. This is for people who are in situationships. These are for people who've been single for a while and they're like, well, nothing's happening and like nobody's approaching me and this and that. We got to do something else, guys. We got to renew. We got to refresh. We have to shed our old skin, okay? We have fire here. This is expansion, okay? This fire is talking about things growing in your love life, your passion growing, perhaps your self-confidence growing. We are experiencing expansion in our love life, but I do think that there is a destruction before the expansion. I do think that we are going through this heartbreak. I do think that we are going through major internal battles, and we are spending a lot of time getting to know ourselves better and learning from our past lessons, okay? I think that there's a lot going on internally for you guys in the next 6 months that's helping you re-emerge from the shadows as this better version of yourself. We've got gratitude. All right. This is the thing, right? I really do feel, and people, again, can argue with this if you want, but like gratitude goes such a long way. Gratitude goes such a long way. And when I look at my life and I look at the people in my life who are grateful for everything that they have, they always get more. And the people in my life who are like, everything sucks, my life is awful, this and that, when there are people around them who are helping them, who are wanting to love on them, who are wanting to like do things for them, but they go, I don't see that. I just see that my life sucks. Their life continues to suck. Okay, guys? So expressing gratitude and trying your very best to look for things to be grateful for. And I know sometimes it's hard. It's not always easy to find things that you're grateful for. There was a time in my life, you guys, where I was literally setting an alarm on my phone to go off every single day, where I would take 1 minute a day to say everything out loud that I'm grateful for. Some days I was literally just grateful that I had food in my stomach, water that was clean, and a roof over my head. So if you have those things, if you have internet access, you guys, that is something to be grateful for, right? Not everybody has that. Not everybody has clean water. Not everybody has a safe place to sleep. So there is always something to be grateful for. There's always something, right? So if we can acknowledge those things, I do believe that this can help not only with our manifestations when it comes to love, but with our overall happiness and having a better perspective on life in general. We have power, okay? So this hermit mode that you guys are going into, this severing of ties that you guys are experiencing within the next 6 months, this is enabling you to experience more power, to again, reemerge from the shadows more powerful, all right? Group number 3, you guys are not going to be the victim of the devil anymore. You guys are not falling victim to self-sabotaging behavior. You guys are not falling victim to an F-boy or an F-girl. You guys are not making excuses for terrible people in your love life anymore. You are stepping into your power, okay? And because you're stepping into this power, you are getting what you want. You're getting what you've been asking for. Okay. We have addictions, and addictions affecting this relationship. So for some of you, this could be quite literal. Some of you guys may be in a relationship with somebody who is struggling with addictions. There are many, many people in my life, you guys, who have struggled with addictions. I have dated people who have struggled with addictions. I have a lot of family members who struggle with addictions. This is not an easy thing. And this is also something that, like, at the end of the day, no matter how much you want to save somebody, you cannot save somebody who does not want to be saved. If somebody in your life who you love is struggling with this, they are the only person who can save themselves. And I know that's sad, and I know it sucks, and it's awful, and it hurts to hear that, but it's honestly just the truth. You cannot help somebody who does not want help. and it's awful. But at the end of the day, it's most important that you save yourself, because this can be a very, very toxic and dangerous situation to engage in. So know that you deserve better. Know that this is not like, you can love somebody from a distance and understand that they are sick and that they're struggling, but also recognize that there's nothing that you can do to save them from their situation, okay? And again, there's nuance to every conversation. I understand that there may be one-offs in which somebody can be saved. However, for the vast majority of people who struggle with that, that's not possible. If not, like 99%. Also with this, you guys, this addiction could be representing being addicted to toxic people, you being addicted to toxic people or toxic situations. If that's the case, I want you to know that that, again, is not your fault. That is due to certain things that have happened to you in your past, but it's important that we recognize that and we try our very best to work through it. And spending time alone in the meantime is going to be important. If you don't feel like you are healthy enough to choose a healthy partner, spend time alone, spend time healing yourself, spend time focusing on yourself, pouring into yourself. We have boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. I always say this when boundaries come up, but boundaries are the place in which you can love yourself and others at the same time. If you don't have boundaries, there's no health, right? Every relationship that's healthy needs boundaries. And boundaries don't mean that you're like keeping somebody at a distance. Boundaries don't mean that you're closing yourself off to your loved one. Boundaries just mean that you're demanding respect. Like, that's it. Like, you're like, I respect me and I'm going to respect you. So like, I also need you to respect me. Okay. We have a dark deal, wrong decision and incorrect decision, wrong decision and incorrect direction. So this could be why some of you guys are afraid of taking the wrong path or making a wrong choice, going down a path that's not best for you. Here's what I'll say about this, guys. Oops. At the end of the day, what is meant to be will be. I don't believe there is such thing as a wrong decision, okay? I do think that staying in a toxic situation is going to prolong you finding your happiness, but I don't think that's necessarily the wrong decision, okay? Everyone has to make choices based on what feels right for them and based on where they are at in their life, in their journey, based on the lessons that they need to learn. For some of you watching this lifetime is going to be a lifetime in which you are trying to learn lessons. You're trying to build up the courage or the self-esteem to leave toxic relationships, and you may not get to that point in this lifetime. For those of you who are brave enough to do so, or where you are at that place in your journey where you can, I think that you should push yourself as much as you can to leave behind perhaps like dark deals or situations that are toxic or that are unhealthy. We have eager. This is immediate action. So for a lot of you, I want to encourage you to take this immediate action. Sitting on the fence can just perpetuate like, oh, well, maybe they can change. Maybe I can fix this. Maybe I can fix that. Sometimes it's best just to cut the head off the snake immediately before it bites. We have Juliet. This is inner strength and independence. Obviously, I'm reading this as you guys needing or obtaining more inner strength over the next 6 months, being more independent, especially because we have that Hermit card here. We have abandoned. This is left out, walked away, and cold. Some of you guys have abandonment issues, which I relate to. I have abandonment issues for sure, and this is something that has taken me the entirety of my life to work through. I'm still working through this. And if this is you, I want you to know that being alone is not the worst thing. Being abandoned is not the worst thing. The worst thing is being with somebody or staying in a toxic cycle or in a toxic situation that's unhealthy, and that's only perpetuating more unhealthy habits or more unhealthy experiences. So if you have been abandoned, or if you feel like your partner or your situationship, the person you are with, is abandoning you, I'm not going to tell you not to be sad about it, but I just want you to know that if somebody's willing to abandon you, like that's not love, right? Okay. We have karma. This is consequences, cause and effect, and debts. All right. So here's the thing with karma, guys. All right. Karma has a tendency to what is the word? It's it's neutral. All right. It's not good. It's not bad. It's neutral. Could there be consequences for staying in a toxic relationship? Obviously. Could there be consequences for maintaining a pattern that's keeping you unhappy? Of course, right? For example, for those of you who struggle with anxiety or with like socializing, and you're like, I want to date, but like I'm scared to approach somebody, or I'm scared to go on a dating app, or I'm scared to do this, I'm scared to do that. I'm not saying that your fear is wrong. I'm not saying that like don't be afraid, but I am saying that there are consequences to maintaining that pattern, right? There's consequences to not breaking that cycle. If you are in a situationship and this person keeps cheating on you, or they keep, I guess it's not cheating if it's a situationship, but like, again, if you're accepting the bare minimum, there's consequences to that, right? And it's not to say that you deserve that, but it's to say that like with every action, there's a reaction. If you are actively choosing to stay in a cycle that you're unhappy with, there's going to be consequences to that, okay? And it sucks and it's not fair. And I'm not saying that it's fair, but it just is what it is. We have Uranus, all right? This is genius. This is change. This is life being turned upside down, which I do think, again, for a lot of you who picked this pile, you are choosing to be brave and you're choosing to cut off those cycles. We have the 5th house of creativity. This is good news. This makes me so very happy because this is dating. This is dating, getting out there, having fun, being playful. This is also talking about embracing or experiencing more creative energy in your life. This is also talking about a vibe, you guys, that is very much connected to like fun. Sometimes this is representing children as well. So I don't know if there are children in your life that are also making this transition difficult. Obviously, if you have kids, it's a lot harder to want to break away from a toxic pattern or a toxic relationship if you have children with somebody. But ultimately, I do think it's important to like show your kids what a healthy relationship is, or what loving yourself is, showing yourself self-respect, right? Okay, we have damsel. This says understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. How beautiful is that? Understanding the nature of a healthy romance. I feel like this card single-handedly is like explaining the whole energy of this reading. Inspires you to rely on yourself. The next 6 months, group number 3, you are relying on yourself a lot more. I do think at the end of this 6 months, you are emerging more confident, more beautiful, more attractive, more sure of yourself. And then I think you're going to be in this phase of like dating and getting to know people while also demanding boundaries and demanding respect. But also, it seems to me that we have to go through this damsel phase. We have to go through this feeling hurt, feeling perhaps even objectified or used, or I don't want to say abused, but like maybe even that. We're going through that cycle, and then we're like, I have to be independent. I have to be by myself because I can't deal with this. And then it's like through that, we are learning lessons that then help us with our dating life moving forward. We have the Fool. Fearlessly revealing emotions, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Revealing emotions, being vulnerable, right? And the last card we have here is the Destroyer. And this is releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. This is what you guys are going through. Group number 3, you guys are preparing for a new life. You guys are preparing for this destruction. You're preparing for a new, again, emerging from the shadows. I keep saying that because that's exactly what it feels like for this group. I'm going to go ahead and get some messages. Can I get... Ooh. Okay, that's good. We have a big smile. All right, a big smile. We have a vacation. Maybe some of you guys are going on vacations with your girlfriends or your guy friends, a boys trip or a girls trip. Maybe you guys are going on a vacation by yourselves. Oops, sorry. Okay. We have big eyes. We have an entrepreneur. Some of you guys may be wanting to focus on creating your own business, or focusing on creating work for yourself that makes you happy, or trying to pursue a hobby that can then bring in some more money. We have London, Hello to all the viewers in London. Okay, I'm sorry. Hello to everybody in the UK. Not just London, but the UK as a whole. Fall. This is beginning again, right? Fall is a time of the year in which the leaves are falling from the tree, right? They are releasing from the tree. They're letting go to prepare for new life, destruction, right? We have green eyes. What is this? We have a strong nose. I love a person with a strong nose. I think strong noses are so beautiful. Like the side profile, I'm just like, oh, gorgeous. My eye's twitching. We have Woody. We've got Berlin. We have Soldier. Maybe you guys are feeling like little soldiers over this next 6 months. What is this? Is this America? South America, the better America. I'm just kidding. South America. We have a dark brown, or dark brows, not brown, dark brows. We have older. Keep it age appropriate, guys. Older. We have facial hair. Starting over. Starting over. We have laid back. I think this is how you guys are approaching your love life over the next 6 months. You're just kind of laid back. We have 2029. Maybe some of you guys are turning 29 in the next 6 months. We have ears that stand out. We have athletic. Virgo. I want you. The end. A full face. And Aries. Boop, boop. Okay. Okay. I got everything. So, group number 3. There's a lot going on for you guys in the next 6 months with your love life. Ultimately, you're going through difficulties, all right? You are this damsel in distress. You are saving yourself, okay? It's Cheetah Girls, it's Cheetah Sisters. It's that type of vibe. And I feel like once you go through this process of being the hermit and spending time alone and really healing whatever it is that needs to be healed, whatever's toxic cycle we need to cut out, you're cutting it. And you're, again, emerging better. You're emerging more attractive, more desirable, happier. You're getting what it is that you want. And I think you're experiencing more fun in your dating life after this, feeling more powerful. So that is what I have for you guys. I love you so much. I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I hope this was helpful. And that is all I got. So